over. As we see, the odds definitely favoring Team Liquid. They won game 1, unsurprising, and favored them again. But you don't want Team Liquid to just kind of like take this hard counter lying down. You want them to be able to react to it somewhat.
I think they're going to do a good job reacting to this. I think there's a reason that Huskar has fallen off tremendously in the past 5 to 6 months. I think people are getting a lot better at dealing with it. Unfortunately, you can't do the mid-creep cutting thing now. That is what people are doing. But the TA versus Huskar matchup, I'm sure qojqva's played this a million times. That's a classic. Like, this happens all the time in pubs. Your TA, the guy last picks Huskar, and then he thinks he's going to own you. You just go jungle, and you're 2 levels ahead of him.
Let's see if qojqva's seasoned experience will maybe be able to bring Liquid to their first series victory as we pass it on to our casters for game number 2.
That's right. Is Liquid going to be able to actually close out a series for once in this group stage and against a hero that, while being a counter pick, yes, is a hero that hasn't really been seen hardly at all. It's been picked 3 times so far in Omega League, and nobody's picking it in the Immortal division. Lacoste, and yeah, what is that reason?
I just don't find him that strong, to be honest. He got nerfed a couple of times in the recent patches, and what the panel talked about, you know, it's going to be mid TA against the Huskar. You found that matchup in the pub games if you are TA spammer, and qojqva definitely is. The thing about it, you can just bail after getting 2-3 levels, go to jungle, keep farming, and Team Liquid, that they are the team that stacks a lot of camps, and this is how you make a comeback with the Templar Assassin. I'm a bit worried about the top lane. See how that one's gonna go. There's gonna be Anchor Smash, there's gonna be Fate Bolt against the Faceless Void. Like, this combination against 2 heavy right-click damaging heroes in the mid-game as well. Like, that's a lot of minus damage if they get on top of them with the Tide.
See individual battles all over the place to try and win over bounty runes. It does go 2 for 2 though. Well, at least Mickey will have the Warlock in lane, so he'll get a lot of, like, he should be able to survive through all this harassment, but it's the CS that's the big problem, right?
Yeah, I don't think they can kill Mickey. There's no real burst damage, so both Tidehunter and Faceless Void will farm in this lane. It's just how much Faceless Void can get out of this lane. Let's see the mid matchup. So it's going to be Psyblades, level 1 on qojqva. Try to get as much damage as possible, always on a fly. This is one of his best heroes. You know, he's not afraid to die after using his mana.
Dire's courier.
And we, or I anyway, just casted this match, or not this matchup, but 2 days ago we casted the Huskar versus Void Spear, I think it was. Hellraisers played that against Bait. And while they did manage to win, it was surprising how Denny was actually able to do pretty well in those first, like, 5 minutes of CS. We'll see if qojqva is able to do the same with Templar Assassin. That's probably a little bit more of a difficult task.
So far, so good. 5 CS on TA, 3 CS on Huskar, and he's very low. qojqva just bringing some extra regen.
And this is exactly what you want, as far as I know in the matchup, right? You just push the wave into the tower, and it kind of bounces back and forth.
Yeah. And I love what they're doing on the bottom lane. Sanking, getting Caustic level 1. Like, he's not relying on mana to pressure the AM. They're just pushing the wave, and then they can get the pull off. You can see it. I thought they're gonna do that. Taiga is the one who's actually farming here instead of Boxy. Boxy is just playing that position for Puck, and he has a phase shift level 1.
We'll see how well the later part of the game goes. Because one of the big problems against AM, right, is that spell shield.
Yeah, against the Burrow Strike, it could easily just backfire. Yeah. Stun your whole team. Guys, I got him. We've all been there.
Yeah. Not very fun. I always want to fly doing a good job of trying to shove these 2 back. Meanwhile, camp that's pulled into the hard camp, and Liquid and Hellraisers, or excuse me, Flight of Moon fighting over it. I see that HR tag on Roger.
So Liquid has Observer Ward on the bottom. No sentries from what I've seen on Flight of Moon. They need to bring one. I think Sanking got hit hard by the nerfer. You cannot eat a sentry with the Quelling Blade.
Yeah.
Like, you place a sentry, you see a sentry, you instantly kill it.
Yeah.
And so far, Liquid doing a good job, just spreading around so they're not hit by 2-man decay.
trying to keep their distance and also stay out of the hands of V-Tune, who's looking for that free mana burn. Top lane seems to be going okay, though. 16-0 right now for the Void, so looks like both the carries are relatively free farming. TA still doing all right in the CS department. Of course, a lot of this is going to be neutral creeps because, as everyone's been talking about, at some point in time, you just got to go jungle. Ooh, looks like he's getting a little bit low here. Always want to fly, tries to get off the Soul Rip, but he gets silenced, and First Blood goes to Boxy.
Small victory for Always Want to Fly, getting that Observer Ward. I mean, you got to stay positive.
Yeah.
He just died there. You need to find something good in what he just did. And Sania in a bit of trouble.
He does have Fairy Fire as well as Stick Charges. He pops them both to stay alive here. Mickey. Surely a bash is going to come in here as he had hit a number of times without it. They just can't win the man fight, though, against this kind of damage from the anchor smash that is preventing Mickey from doing anything and just overcommits. He ends up dying in a bigger win for Fly to Moon, no doubt.
Dire's middle tower
Using Time
is
Walk
under attack.
level 1, extremely aggressive, is the same as when you're playing Pangolier. Like, you want to get a kill with the Swashbuckle, it's a 20-second cooldown ability. You're just straight up dead if you're out of position. And Tide getting an earlier point in Gush, just so that they have extra kill potential in that lane.
Yeah, Gush level 1 is such a value ability nowadays.
AM getting harassed a lot on the bottom, but he's still keeping the good
Dire's middle
CS. Soul
tower
Rip
is
heal
under
plus
attack.
2 small
Dire's
rings just to have that
structures are
extra
fortified.
regeneration going. And this is the build that I've seen on and tried on position 4s. When you like want to have some extra spell damage, you want some extra mana regen, so you buy Null Talisman.
Taiga able to stay just outside of the Sentry.
Boxy will rush Spirit Vessel this game. I already see he's going for Urn. They definitely need it
Dire's
against
middle tower is under attack.
Undying, against Huskar. Huskar also not the hero that, you know, just buys straight up BKB. He wants to tank up first, and you get so much value out of it.
Yeah, I wonder if we're going to be seeing any of those other items, the Shivas and Scotty, anything like that. If anybody will really be able to build that, because we don't have the best targets.
Yeah, they really don't have the heroes that buy these items. Maybe Void as a, like, 4th, 5th item at one point, but still, it feels like you need better items, you need damage items to deal with both of these heroes.
One of the big upsides of the new Sand King is if you can play around neutrals, you feel really strong because of the new Caustic Finale doing percentage-based damage off of the max health of the creature. So if you can play around some of those bigger hard camp creeps, it's pretty hard to actually contest it. And you could see Taiga's trying to abuse playing around the neutrals as much as possible. Roger had been shadowing qojqva for a while with that invisibility, just being a nuisance.
When Sand King's Caustic got changed, I was like, yeah, this is it. This is the buff that he needed. And then I try him in a pub game, and it's like, yeah, this is not it. It really is not.
Yeah, initially when you're like, the Caustic Finale slow comes in, and every hit, and you're just like, oh, this feels great. I have this slow.
And then you hit level 6, you're like, I don't want to even spend the point on the
Yeah,
off
and you're like,
because
oh
it's pretty
yeah,
useless.
my Epicenter is still shit. Yeah.
Radiant structures.
Taiga trying to go and cut some creeps, but Always Want to Fly makes a really good call and picking up an early dust. General slowing down Insania a little bit more. Faint Bolt could be used here. Is that going to be enough? They're going to have to dive
One
in
more
deep into the
gush.
tower. One
Not
more
even
hit and they
needed.
get
Top
it.
tower is under attack.
Tide Hunter is extremely high level 6, 7 minutes in. Mango Tree, this is a very valuable item when you're playing against the Anti-Mage. You know, it's gonna be good at every single stage of the game. Also, do not put your Mango Tree outside your base. Like, just do not just, but I'm gonna get the division.
Is this direct shots at T-Governor?
What, is he actually the one planting it somewhere?
He even put a whole entire video together about where to put your mango tree out on the map for vision.
I'm gonna have a talk with him.
Well, maybe it's different now. I have no clue. But yeah, I mean, in this game especially, right? Like, you're up against an AM, you want all those mangoes for the entirety
Trust
of the game.
me, if this game goes like post 60-minute mark, there's still gonna be no mangoes
Yeah.
underneath that tree. So Taiga just rushing a Blink Dagger, and there's the stacks that we talked about. qojqva making some. Also, I want to see if they stacked anything in their own jungle on top. So qojqva already level 7. Like, yeah, you picked Huskar, she's just gonna jungle. You didn't get too much out of that lane. I think it's a pretty big debate, to be honest.
Yeah, it's a pretty nice idea of just like Taiga being given some farm at bottom lane, Boxy then eventually becomes the mid laner, while the TA just does all that jungling, right? Because she doesn't want to stop hitting those ancients in order to defend a tower and put up with Huskar. So far better for the Puck to be able to do so. So you kind of have, in some ways, the best of both worlds.
And it's an insanely good Blink Dagger timing. It's a 9-minute blink.
Yeah.
Definitely something that you don't see. But I think what they can do right now is just shift Puck towards that position 3 hero and just get the farm on him.
Dire's bottom
Yeah, now that you have the
tower
Blink
is under
Dagger,
attack.
like, do you really need much more on a Sand King? You know, I'm sure there are plenty of, like, okay, you get a Veil, that's a really nice pickup, but it's, at this point in time...
You definitely do not expect Sand King to have a Blink Dagger.
Yeah. You want your Sand King to be playing off map as much as possible now. And they've been setting up in this mid lane for a really long time. And maybe
Yeah,
there's a small chance.
It's still a Sand King, you know.
Yeah. Flight of Moon, they've just been abandoned that lane with the Huskar. Quickly deal with the Tombstone. Always want to fly will delay the Tombstone death, but eventually it's 125 gold for qojqva. Now they're moving down to bottom lane, trying to, they see them dropping sentries. They're trying to do everything they can to find that big opening on a core. They wanted the Huskar kill, but he was busy jungling. Now they rotated to bottom, but didn't really find the opening there either.
That should help.
Uh-oh. Fortunately, the silence there. Comes the epicenter, he's got it, and there's the burrow strike. The burst damage is more than enough to be able to kill the Huskar. Big difference between this new Huskar and the first use of the Chronosphere as well. Mickey just wants an additional kill, and you could see why. They still have the Siege Wagon up, so they think if we get enough kills here, maybe. Oh, phase shift, not good enough. Still hits Boxy, still hits Mickey, and Mickey, time walks away. The burrow strike comes through, and it pulls V-Tune away from the Faceless Void.
Like, Sand King will need to be careful about using that also. Like, there's some really nice spells to steal for Rubik. Rubik was always considered as one of the best heroes against the Sand King. Stealing that Burrow Strike.
Hit by the dust, but Taiga, he wants to be able to fight around this. The rest of his team is still here. Fly to Moon, they got baited in by just having the vision. Oh, look at that! The ultimate got canceled there by Iceberg. Thanks to the Golem drop, perfectly timed by Insania. Rogers just in deep, and he does manage to get the kill on the Sand King, but it's such a hefty cost as now the Animage is dead and Iceberg is low. Fortunately, Liquid have run out of steam, but it was still a big win for the boys in blue.
Surprised that Fly to Moon decided to go for that fight. They already used the Ravage, and maybe they did not expect, I don't know, not expect Warlock to be level 6 there because, you know, he's a very strong hero at the moment. Also, Anti-Mage should not be joining any fights at all. Maybe if they clean up 2 heroes, he TPs, gets a hero kill with the Mana Void, that's it. But if Puck still has ultimate, like, you're gonna be straight up dead.
Oh, Mickey, come on, man. Does at least get his item. The Mask of Madness arrives, and he'll continue to turboing through the neutral creeps. V-Tune heads up to the top lane with a Tide Hunter, so it looks like Flight of Moon's just putting a very heavy premium on trying to take these objectives, trying to take these early towers. I mean, with that play in mid that they made, and now this play at top, stacking these cores.
I actually love what Team Liquid did, where they just gave a lane to Sand King so he farms his Blink Dagger, and now Boxy has a full Spirit Vessel because he was sitting on a mid lane, getting some XP on the bottom as well, plus some CS. It's been quite some time since I saw someone doing that. It was really popular like 3 to 4 years ago.
Boxing, I think he was trying to position himself to maybe get the deny. Maybe caught by the telekinesis, silence goes out, but still up by the telekinesis man to jump away to his illusory orb. Boxy hidden in the trees here, phase shift. He still has his coil as well, and I think Flight of Moon,
Dire's top tower
they're not
is
so
under
sure about sticking around there. The rest of the cores just want to run around and get some farm. They don't want to be distracted by trying to go for a puck for too long. General with his Ravage up really wants to take this mid tower. This will be the second Ravage of the game.
Flight of Moon needs to bring sentries. You see Team Liquid already prepared. They have a trap, they have Sanking, just positioning himself well with the Sandstorm. And they're defending a tier 1 tower, that's what matters. Trying to reset the cooldown on that rock. Still a good timing on a Battle Fury. Anti-Mage 13 minutes in on top of Power Treads.
Yeah, meanwhile, qojqva, he's been just farming machine, and he has the Desolator. The trap laid out, the smoke doesn't quite break though. They really need this kill on Flight of Moon, but it's looking like they're not gonna get it. Oh, that is very unfortunate.
All right, this is a big DD for Huskar. He's pinging it out. Also, I talked about his itemization, so he realizes they can easily burst me, so I'm just gonna get Armlet into BKB, which I like here. I mean, you're still playing in the Chronosphere, playing into Deso, but you need to get rid of those Fatal Bonds, not be stunned by or locked down by Coil or Burrow Strike.
Do you think Halbert's still worth investing? Oh, and the center's going to go off. They're going to try and burst somebody down, and it's not going to be the Huskar. They're going to go for that support. Always want to fly. Those still manage to get off everything. Tombstone goes out. They have a nice Chronosphere on it, too. That's going to be able to set qojqva up for the free damage on the Iceberg. Now they've taken down the primary damage dealer. In general, he's going to die without using his Ravage. Back over to the Undying, who eventually did die, despite the initiation from Taiga not actually killing him with the burst. They managed to get just the perfect Chronosphere. Now that kind of team fight win leads straight into Roshan. They get the kill on Roger at the end of it while they're still doing this Roche. Another massive victory for Liquid.
Yeah, this is the Team Liquid that I expected to see throughout the whole tournament. Like this kind of aggression, decision making. They get 4 heroes killed, they get the Roche. And I want to see some counter picking. You know, this is an earlier tight pick. You want to have hero like Enigma, Faceless Void, Doom, something that he can't crack enough.
This Liquid, they have gone at 0-3. 2-1 by Viking GG, 2-1 by Secret, and the most surprising 2-0'd by Ninjas in Pajamas. Desperately need a win here, as well as another win tomorrow against OG if they want to be able to have a chance of heading into playoffs, even having a chance of being able to do so by participating in the play-in part of the group stage.
Flight of Moon wants to take a fight. You know, you have a Tide Hunter, you want to get use of that Ravage, get the efficiency going, but you also have Anti-Mage who does not want to take a fight, so you just need to play with the 4 heroes right now, but they're very limited on the tower damage. Like, you can try to go there. They have great ways of dealing with any kind of push, with just parking the Sanking into the Sandstorm or Puck cutting the creep wave.
Roger just cruising along. But again, looking like they just are just shy of being able to catch somebody, of being able to successfully rotate and get a kill. I guess the big side upside is they still have their mid tower. That is a lie. Boxy will take the offlane tower though.
Stolen Time Walk, not the best spell to steal in this game. Like, you want to steal something from Warlock, Burrow Strike from Sanking, try to use it multiple times, silence before they get BKBs. Oh, once again, I still feel like Clumsy Net is one of the best tier 2 items. The value that you get against certain heroes like Faceless Void, Puck, Anti-Mage in this case.
Personally, I'm a big fan of that other item that popped up, Essence Ring. It always feels pretty good. Maybe that's just me. Playing a lot of strength heroes that, you know, the extra HP helps and so does the mana regen, so just feels like that perfect combo. I don't know, are you concerned that Flight of Moon hasn't managed to, like, that they are down 5k right now, or do you think it's okay just because they do have some late game of the AM as well as the Tidehunter?
I've seen AMs, you know, just winning the games by himself, but he's playing into Faceless Void and TA. Like, TA is not a hero that falls off quickly anymore, you know. Before, TA was on a timer, but with the, I'm gonna call it recent changes to her talents, it's still insanely good late game hero. And I don't think Huskar is gonna scale, that's the issue. Like, you have also position 5 Undying, who's just straight up food.
Liquid, they are ones to push an advantage as soon as they get a big upgrade, and that is the BKB on qojqva. It's going to be comboed. Double damage here from qojqva. So they're going to lead off a quick stun on to Always Want to Fly and turn that into a tier 1 tower while Fly to Moon is not in position to defend. So that's looking like a freebie.
And qojqva is playing into like Rubik, Tidehunter. He wants to be able, Huskar most importantly, he wants to get that BKB before a Blink Dagger, which I kind of really like. They have like no abilities that go through magic immunity.
I have to say, I would feel a lot better about Fly to Moon's lineup if it was the previous patch. So, Magic of the Burrow Strike, and okay, they're going to drop everything they have to be able to catch this Anti-Mage, and it was just enough. One stun leads into 2 more and gets the kill on a V-Tune.
This is one of those games that could easily go wrong and end up in fails of the week, because you use the rock, you stun yourself, a missed Chronosphere, barely caught him on the edge.
But instead, becomes a symphony of success for Liquid. Oh yeah, previous patch, right? I remember the AM versus Void matchup because we were seeing that so often. The AM would go for that Heaven's Halberd build to try and deal with the Void. And then obviously Huskar was, I mean, that's a prime Heaven's Halberd hero right there. But the recent nerf, an extra 400 gold to the cost, seems like neither hero feels like it's good enough.
It's 2 camps for AM if he wants to go for that. And he farms that in, what, 15 seconds? I don't think it's that much of a deal for him. It's still one of the best items in the game right now.
So why do you think he's not going for it? Do you think he just is trying to accelerate as quick as possible? That's his focus?
On AM or Faceless Void?
AM or the Huskar, either one.
Huskar just decided to go for BKB because he needs it to take a fight. He's, you know, very fragile. They don't have a save. But for other heroes, like what is Faceless Void getting? SNY, I believe, some status resistance.
Yep.
He can disassemble that easily at one point. Just get Heaven's Halberd, get Mantis Style. I don't think this is the kill you're getting.
No.
Radiant's bottom tower
They
is
are
under
a
attack.
bit scared of Mickey. And they probably should be because he's not that easy to bring down. 2,000 health.
Yeah, plus some extra status resistance. They have no real burst damage. The only way they deal with him is burn his mana. That's how you kill him.
Yeah, that trick works a little bit better, qojqva, if there's actually a camp there to bait somebody in. Instead, he walks over and he sees that there's no creeps there. And 21 minutes just happened. That's weird. The camp is blocked. Huh.
Remember when people were doing that, you know, just blocking the camps whenever they were playing against AM?
Oh, yeah.
You know, buy a couple of sentries, 1 observer ward, so he gets no farm.
Yeah, thank God sentries actually have a limit nowadays. You have to actually think about what you're doing with those sentries rather than just throwing them out willy-nilly. Boxy. They're going to try and catch him. Does Rubik have Stolen Time Walk? Is that what he's got? So he's going to lead off Telekinesis into the net. So that was a very cute combo there from Roger that gets V-Tune a dominating kill streak. So 468 gold for him.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Team Liquid does not necessarily need to, you know, just try to end the game right now. Put the pressure. They have 7k gold lead. The next Roche may respawn in a minute. This is their timing. Like, you can easily try to go for end the game push if you get the Aegis and the cheese. And Faith's Void already preparing for the, you know, itemization coming out from this Anti-Mage. You know he would love to get Butterfly at one point. He's playing against the Faceless Void and Templar Assassin, so just heavy right-click damage-dealing heroes.
Yeah, and MKB just feels like a good damage item right now. If you've got an excuse to build it and you don't need any defensive items, just
Yeah, I like
solid.
that Iceberg is switching back to Heaven's Halberd.
Bottom tower
Yeah.
is under
Just a
attack.
casual plate mail against the TA, since she has Deso and Meld. You're gonna be in negative armor if you don't buy any kind of armor item. Destroyed wards. 5 against... Wait, did Cam stack 10? Jesus Christ, Liquid is just stacking way too much.
Yeah, Liquid killing all the wards,
Yeah.
stacking all the camps. The supports, man, they're doing some serious work for Liquid.
I think for players who want to learn how to like play position 4, which Boxy was playing for the first like 10 minutes, could learn a lot how to get farm in a game where you cannot actually get the farm from a lane, instead just stack multiple camps.
A really aggressive smoke up here.
Dire's top tower.
We've got a
is under
ward on the
attack.
high ground. They see the Huskar over here. The rest of the team isn't around Mickey just yet. He's calling to him. Hurry up, guys.
Come.
We've got the opportunity. I can get the Chronosphere with him on the edge, and is it enough for qojqva to get the damage in? It is with that meld and all that minus armor. They're managing to bring down Iceberg just like that. Oh, it's still on Chronosphere, though. Uh-oh.
They don't have the damage to deal inside the Chronosphere, that's the problem. It's just set up for maybe a Ravage, but they don't have a single spell they can throw inside a Chrono besides the Fade Bolt.
That's true. Oh, they're going to jump in immediately. Ravage, just go for it with a Burrow Strike follow-up. That actually stops a lot of damage from V-Tune, and now V-Tune stuck inside the coil. The counter Chronosphere, but it's not going to do anything. You're already caught. You're already dead. You've got no damage. The People's going to slow everybody down, and 4, make it 5. Lateral. They're going to chase him all the way into the tier 3 here. That's a wipe, and it cost them, again, nothing. Liquids, that's 2 games in a row now. Around 20-24 minutes, they come through with a massive team fight victory, and it feels like it's all going to snowball from here, Lacoste.
Yeah, huge body boxing in the end by Puck. I think he also has a full Aghanim Scepter finish, so this anti-mage is not gonna... Okay, he just needs 300 gold, but it's very hard. That's why they pick Puck, you know, against the AM, so that leash mechanic just destroys him. You cannot blink, there is no save, and they took out the Huskar as a primary target. Roche just respawned. Cooldown on Chronosphere, 60 seconds. Ravage is used. They can just run into the Roche pit right now.
I just can't believe V2, like, you gotta pop your spell shield. When you just jump in like that, you have to, you can't underestimate Liquid. You have to be like, okay, they're probably going to counter-initiate if we jump them. So you just gotta pop that spell shield.
Yeah, you need to counter-initiate with counter spell.
And counter the Burrow and Burrow counter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so fly the moon. They know what Team Liquid wants to do, so Liquid just bails a bit. I don't think you're taking this fight.
BKB and now an Aghanim Scepter for the Puck. Now, they may not have Ravage. Oh, this is going to be just so deadly.
Is under attack.
Insania, look at this high ground positioning and always want to fly. He is now out of position trying to stop this. V2 does come out and does manage to get a quick kill on a Boxy. That's really good, but at the same time, Roger is very likely to die here. And inside the pit, Burrow Strike got out. Roshan's low, finish off Iceberg, and they grab the Aegis. No, he grabs it just before he dies. A second life.
Cheese on the ground still.
Taiga, hello, wake up, General. He eats the cheese, and now Liquid, who had probably a free opportunity here to be able to get some kills, are in serious trouble. BKB, Burrow Strike Epicenter goes on out. Iceberg is going to get blown up a second time, and they don't have the vision to be able to spot qojqva, so V-Tune couldn't stick onto him. Only with the cores around, nobody has the detection, and now he's going to be kited around. General goes in, tries to bail out his core, but once again, he's going to die. Very last in a team fight. Liquid, looked great, and then it looked a little awkward, and then it looked uber great.
Yeah, that positioning from Insania, standing on the high ground. Fly the moon. They understand we need to get vision of him, so always on a fly, tries to run to use a tombstone to get any kind of vision to stop that, but failed to do so. And this is a fight where they take the cheese and Aegis off of them, and it's gonna be a free barracks on a mid lane. And that fight, remember, was without even using the Chronos here.
Yeah. Weird part is I feel like Always Wanna Fly could have just kind of dropped, he could have chucked the tombstone to the other side of the Roshan wall, you know? He didn't really need to walk all the way around.
Yeah, he definitely did not need to use it on the high ground.
Melee barracks is going to go down, and Mickey will escape cleanly. The initiation from Fly to Moon is just kind of non-existent without.
Where are those mangoes? I see Faceless Void with no mana. Okay, he just popped a couple. Can we see the base of Team Liquid, please, just to check how many mangoes are underneath the Christmas tree?
Oh, look at that. Warlock even circled around. One mango left, and very likely, I think a courier is going to snatch that up. You're absolutely right, Lacoste. Value tier 1 item.
That's the word.
What's the win rate on Mango Tree, Kyle? Who's already down here thinking Liquid has got this in the bag, as is Sheever. Say what? Okay. Making things
He
up.
said 7%. I mean, that was really not smart of him to say anyway, but whatever.
Yeah, classic Kyle. Liquid, get onto the high ground here. And are they aware the jump in Ravage on to do that? Beautifully set up. They can get the mana void. The spell shield actually goes off this time, but the Burrow Strike still slowed a little bit. They managed to get the kill. Turn around. Taiga activating his BKB, gets off the epicenter. And even if they kill Mickey, the true damage is coming from qojqva as he delivers another beautiful strike that brings down the Undying Iceberg. Left stuck inside an upheaval. And now it is just a pitiful life for a Huskar who is past his prime. Lacoste, his time is over. And now the stronger carries will rise up.
Yeah, he's not having a good time. It was a great setup from Fly to Moon, you know, using the Ravage there, blowing up Faceless Void before he could get any spells off, but still not enough. Like, they also needed to bring qojqva down because they just call it, that's it. Like, I mean, there's nothing they can do in this game anymore.
Liquid, they finally win a series, and they do it very cleanly, too. A nice 2-0 against Fly to Moon. So they